roughly 6 weeks until the South Atlantic Conference will embark upon Rock Hill, South Carolina. 2 teams today inside of the Volunteer State will try to continue to attempt to cement themselves and to potentially be one of the top 8 teams in the South Atlantic Conference. For Lincoln Memorial University, one of the hotter teams since we've turned the calendar in 2025. However, it was 1 week ago that they suffered their first loss inside of 2025. Today, they'll try to make it back-to-back victories after a road victory at Tusculum. Their opponent today is the Catawba College Indians, who come in on a 2-game losing streak following back-to-back road matchups against Wingate and Coker. But they, like Lincoln Memorial, need a victory to continue to be one of those top 8 when we get to Rock Hill in about 6 weeks. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome inside of the Tex Turner Arena. Joined alongside by John Dunn. I'm Adam Haley here inside of the Coca-Cola countdown to tip-off. We're going to work towards Lincoln Memorial and Catawba. And John, the hunt is almost here. We know we can almost see Rock Hill in the windshield. Both these teams know what lies in front of them right now. Both these teams would love to be in the top 4, but you've got to cement yourself into the top 8.
Yeah, Adam, this is the time of the year where you're really trying to cement yourself as one of the premier teams in the conference. It's a good opportunity for teams to kind of sprinkle in some new things ahead of the tail end of the season. You know, ahead of tournament time, ahead of the postseason. It's a good opportunity to work on a few final things that you may have seen wrong throughout the season. Another good barometer of where you're at right now in the conference as well. These two teams fairly evenly matched up. Really like this matchup today. Excited to see this game and excited to see what kind of new offensive sets and things we can kind of sprinkle in against this Catawba defense.
They're on top of each other in the South Atlantic Conference standings, but again, it's kind of a tale of 2 cities right now when you say that Lincoln Memorial has won 3 out of the last 4. Catawba comes in back-to-back road losses at Wingate, which was a 6-point loss, at Coker this past week on Wednesday, which was an 8-point loss, a team we saw last Saturday. A Coker team that both these teams have competed well against, but again, when you're looking at these two right now, this may be the turning point of the season for both these teams.
Absolutely could be. It's a good opportunity for Lincoln Memorial to kind of parlay some of that momentum they've been gathering over the past few weeks on into, you know, like we said, this critical juncture of the season. For Catawba, you're still trying to find your footing, trying to establish exactly what your identity is. And it's a good opportunity here today against Lincoln Memorial to do so.
Don't expect to see a whole lot of points on the board. Neither team averaging over 70 points a contest. Catawba, a very defensive team, like to steal the ball, they like to force turnovers. Lincoln Memorial is going to come down to ball control if they're going to try to control this one.
You know, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. It seems like everything Catawba does, Lincoln Memorial plays right into it. Likes to shoot the 3-ball, likes to move fast. Got to play under control if you're the rail splitters today for Catawba. You just got to go out and take care of business, do exactly what you do to kind of cause some disruption for Lincoln Memorial. And on the other side, for the rail splitters, you're going to have to push the ball. You're going to have to shoot the ball well, take good open shots, work the ball around, do what you got to do to get the best high percentage bucket today.
Still inside of the Coca-Cola countdown to tip-off. Let's take a break. When we return, we're going to talk with the head man. That is Devin Carter about tonight's matchup here with the Indians of Catawba College. And you'll see that when we return with more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
John's, we know our stuff.
We know how to hand stuff our crust with more flavors than anyone else.
Like the blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella in our new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza. We're talking the flavors of your favorite calzone, now stuffed right into the crust of your pizza.
I mean, no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
Get a new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza for a limited time, only at Papa John's.
Back inside of the Coca-Cola countdown to tip-off, joined alongside now by the head coach Devin Carter. And Coach, it was 1 week ago. We were hosting a nationally ranked team in Coker, a game we talked a little bit in the post-game show about. It was a game that you really thought was one that we probably could have gotten. We have really one bad quarter in that matchup that really kind of hurt us. We rebound in the midweek this past Wednesday, going to Pioneer Arena, a place you're very familiar with, a very tough place to play, but picking up a road victory over the Pioneers. Talk about how this week's been so far.
Yeah, this week has been a grind. I mean, we, I thought, I don't know if we lost by 5 or 7 against Coker, but a very winnable game. I thought, we just had one bad quarter, like you said. I thought we did the things in 3 quarters to go and win the game. Just didn't, come out in 1 quarter, like I wanted us to. And then we bounced back. We played it on the road against Tusculum, and we had like 7 kids sick, and everybody's, fighting through adversity or whatever. And so, they dug down deep and finished the game the right way. In that one, we had one bad quarter as well, but they responded, got off to a great start. We tried to sub and keep, people fresh, and had some rotations that weren't really normal, but Lexi Patty, Maddie Tanner really stepped up for us. Camille Collier had a double-double in that game as well. And, they just grinded out and found a way to get one. So, now that we got everybody back, I think there's not a game that we go into that we don't feel good about. I think we feel good about every game as long as we lock in and do what we got to do. Got to find a way to put 40 minutes together, like right now we're at 28, 30, 32 or whatever it may be. And in the SAC, you got to find a way to put 40 minutes together because the league is so good.
How good was it, though, to see Maddie Tanner kind of break out of her slump a little bit? Alexis Smitty gets into foul trouble, and Tanner picks right back up where Smitty had to go to the bench.
Yes, it was really great to see because Maddie works so hard. She puts time in. She gets her vitamins in every day. She's a hard worker. She's like the leader of our team. And, yeah, she was in a slump, but she busted out in a major way. I joked with her a couple years ago. I think she had 9 threes in a game against Southern Wesleyan, and I thought she was going to break that by halftime, and so it was great to see. There's nobody that works harder than her, and she did it when she was even under the weather. So I was really glad to see her bust out of that slump because we need Maddie. Obviously, we go as far as her and Bug or Camille and Smitty carry us.
You look at the backcourt. Smitty gets the attention. Tanner's right there with her. Asia Barr gets the start, and you kind of mentioned in the matchup against Tusculum, she scored, I think, 6 of our first 8 in that. Doesn't get many more points, but she's a role player. And then on top of that, you've got Lexi Patty coming back from injury, who's really taken on a role with this team.
Yeah, for sure. And, some with Asia is Asia's so athletic. She's long. She guards very well, but when you're coming from JUCO to the SAC, there's an adjustment period, and I think she's gotten through that adjustment period, and she's just been solid for us lately, And then Lexi is that's our motor, She's motor, man. She plays so hard. Kid is coming off a broken hand, and she's in the back on the assault bike for 30 minutes a day, to stay in shape or whatever. And running stadiums and doing all that other stuff. And so those two are clutch for us. Obviously, I know Camille and Smitty get a lot of the attention, but, you got to have people like Maddie Tanner, Asia, and Lexi on your team if you're going to be successful.
Now you get to take on Catawba, a team you've already seen once on the season. That was on the road. Catawba, traditionally one of the toughest teams in the Southland Conference. What have you seen from them from the first time you met them in Salisbury to now to get ready for them?
Their point guard in particular is really, really grown up. I mean, she's a freshman, but really, really grown up. They got Spry back. They're still that athletic, tough, physical team that you gotta grind it out against. Going into the fourth quarter, I remember down there, tie ball game. A couple minutes to go in the game. It's a one-possession game, back and forth between us and them. But I think that for us, we got to find a way to stop Foskey. She does a great job of isolating you in the mid-post and then putting pressure on the rim. And then we got to find a way to take care of the basketball and not give away extra possessions. I thought that was the ball game down there. We were kind of young and playing 2-point guards that, we're getting used to the sack or whatever. I think they're older and mature as well now and do a better job of valuing the ball. And so, we value the ball, we rebound the ball. I like our chances. But they're a very good team. I was telling the staff the other day in the staff meeting, Catawba's going to have a say in the league at the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the conference tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if they, made a run where they win the rest of their games the rest of the year, whatever it may be. And so, we got a tall task ahead of us, but I like our chances because we're getting better as well. 3 out of 4 in 2025 for us, and we're just trying to look to continue doing what we do.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you, brother.
All right, head coach Devin Carter. We'll take a break, come back, take a look at your starting lineup still inside of the Coca-Cola.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new Papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new Papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome you back inside of the Texturn Arena here inside of the Coca-Cola countdown to tip-off. We're going to wait towards Catawba College and Lincoln Memorial University here in South Atlantic Conference action. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. First off for the Indians, coming with a record of 9-6 overall, 7-4 in conference play. They'll start at the guard, the 5'7" freshman out of Asheville, North Carolina. That is number 1, Julie Janis. Also getting the start at the guards, a 5'6" freshman out of Salisbury, North Carolina. Number 10, Bailey Goodlip, comes in averaging 10.1 points per contest. At the third guards, a 5'7" senior out of Pensacola, Florida. That's number 11, Nala Baker. Baker's averaging 12.4 points a game, 3.3 rebounds per contest. She had 10 in the previous meeting against Lincoln Memorial earlier this season. At the forward positions, you got the 6' senior out of Greenville, North Carolina. That's number 5, Janiyah Foskey. Foskey averaging 11.7 points per contest, which leads this Indian team, 7.3 rebounds per contest. She had a double-double in the previous meeting, 14 and 13 against Lincoln Memorial earlier this season. At the 5th spot is the 5'9" sophomore out of Camden, South Carolina. That is number 12, Kyra Dixon Booker, who averages 4.5 rebounds per contest. Head coach in his 5th season is Terrence McCutcheon, 96 and 30 so far during his time down in Salisbury. Now for the starting lineup for Lincoln Memorial, comes in the record of 7-8 overall, 6-6 in conference play. They'll start at the guard, a 5'7" junior out of Lebanon, Tennessee, the transfer from Walter State Community College. That is number 1, Asia Parr. Also getting the start at the guard, 5'10" senior out of Rutledge, Tennessee, also a transfer from Walter State Community College. That's number 4, Maddie Tanner. Tanner averaging 9.7 points a contest, 5.3 rebounds per game. Set a season high for points against Tusculum on Wednesday over in Greenville when she dropped in 28 points against the Pioneers. Was 2 3-pointers away from tying her own mark for most 3-pointers in a contest. At the third guards, a 5'6" junior out of Somerset, Kentucky, the transfer from Trevecca. That is number 12, Alexa Smitty. Smitty leads his team, averaging 14.6 points a contest, 3.9 rebounds per game. She had 14 points in the previous meeting against the Indians. At the forward position, you got a 6'1" junior out of Nashville, Tennessee, the transfer from Lipscomb University. That's number 33, Camille Collier, averaging 13.6 points, 10.1 rebounds per contest. She was so close to a double-double in the first matchup against Catawba. She had 9 points, 11 rebounds, but right now she is first in the conference, 9th in the nation in double-doubles on the season with 8 so far, including 1 this past Wednesday. And at the 5 spot is the 5'10" senior out of Asheville, North Carolina, the transfer from Wheaton College. That's number 34, Caroline Sickink. 5.9 points a game, 3.8 rebounds per contest. She had 10.7 rebounds in the first meeting against Catawba earlier this season. Head coach in his 5th season here at the helm of the blue and gray is Devin Carter, 63 and 56 so far during his time here in Harrogate. He is 142 and 115 all-time. It's his 10th season overall as a head coach. He had 5 previous seasons with the Pioneers of Tusculum University. Mentioned Collier, 9th in the nation in double-double. She's 2nd into the conference, 24th in the nation in rebounds per game, 41st in the nation in offensive rebounds per game with 3.4. You got Smitty's 1st in the conference, 35th in the nation in assists per game, 5th in the conference in three-point percentage, and she is now 1st in the nation in minutes per game, averaging 38.27 minutes per contest. For Catawba, Baker 4th in the conference in three-point percentage, 4th in the conference in total three-pointers. And Natalie Laura Fuertes, who we've not talked about, is 5th in the conference, 48th in the nation. In total still, she has 38 coming into the day. And, John, that's going to be a huge stat for Catawba. Can they turn the Lincoln Memorial offense over to turn themselves into better shots and getting more high-percentage looks?
Absolutely. If you're Lincoln Memorial, you got to take care of the ball today. You got to lean into your role players. Collier, you talked about Smitty. What an incredible stat. 1st in the nation in minutes played. I'm not surprised whatsoever. That young lady gives everything she's got every second of every game. Played a lot of basketball this year. They're going to be leaning into their playmakers, like I said. Maddie Tanner coming off of a season high, 28 points on Wednesday. Hopefully that helped her develop a little bit of confidence and kind of add something to this Lincoln Memorial offense.
Still inside of the pregame. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the series history and have the opening touch. It's Catawba and Lincoln Memorial here as you're watching the Coca-Cola countdown to tip-off here on FloCollege.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome you back inside of the Tex Turner Arena as we get ready for women's basketball action here on this Saturday afternoon around the South Atlantic Conference. A lot of matchups. This is one of 6 games in action today. Emory and Henry will be at Lenore Ryan. Wingate has made the trip to Mossy Creek to take on Carson Newman. Mars Hill is at Newberry. Coker is at Tusculum. Anderson is at UVA Wise. We'll run down those scores at the halftime break at the Food City scoreboard. Very quickly, one to bring to you there in set number 3 in men's volleyball action. Lincoln Memorial took the opening set over Charleston 25-20, but they fall in set 2, 27-25. We'll keep up with that one as we go on at the halftime break as well. Going through the starting lineups here, let's run those down through you for you one more time for the Indians. It is Janice, Goodlett, and Baker in the backcourt. Foskey and Dixon Booker. Out at the blocks, you got Barr, Tanner, and Smitty for Lincoln Memorial, and then Collier and Sickink. That'll be down inside for Lincoln Memorial. Today will be the 36th overall meeting between Catawba and Lincoln Memorial. Catawba leads the series 22-15. LW leads the series, however, overall here in Harrogate 11-7. As we said, they met earlier this season, November 30th, 2024. Catawba taking that one in Salisbury, 66-59, a 7-point victory there. The last time they met in Harrogate, January 28th, 2023, almost 2 years ago. Catawba winning that one 54-42. Catawba has won the last 8 in this series. The last time Lincoln Memorial was victorious over the Catawba, February 23rd, 2019. It was a 1-point victory here in Harrogate, 70-69. LW right now 1-4 at home, all of those being conference matchups. They have lost their last 4 here in the Tex Turner Arena. Their only home victory was against Newberry. Catawba 3-4 on the road again. All of those were in conference, and right now on a 2-game losing streak at Wingate and most recently at number 16, Coker and John. It's going to be an interesting one here because it's going to be contrasting a little bit back and forth. Who can get out in this opening quarter? We talked with Coach Carter a little bit in the pregame about how the last time we were at home against Coker, we had one bad quarter and it really set us back. How do we eliminate those bad quarters and score? You need to average about 15, 20 points a quarter. You cannot have a quarter of 6 points.
Consistency. I think that's the number one answer to that. Finding an early offensive rhythm in particular, whether it's on the offensive glass, whether it's from beyond the arc, getting yourself to the free throw line, whatever it may be. Finding an offensive rhythm early is going to be extremely important for Lincoln Memorial. And then what's going to be even more important is maintaining that offensive rhythm. Catawba's going to try to speed you up and turn you over, make you uncomfortable. It's up to Lincoln Memorial to maintain their speed, their poise against this Catawba defense.
LW comes in second into the conference in scoring defense. We talked about it a little bit in the open. I don't expect a whole lot of points here. LW averaging 61.6 points a contest. Catawba at 69.3. Neither team scores above 70. Neither team shoots above 40% on the season. So if you like defensive games, we've got the one for you here today.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 defensive teams. Let's see how it shakes out. I'm excited about this one.
Foskey at 6 foot will be jumping against Collier at 6'1". Catawba in the road Reds with the blue numerals. LW in the home whites with the blue numerals. As we get ready for the opening tip here between LW and Catawba, it will be the Indians that will control it. LW quickly out of the man-to-man defense as Catawba brings it over to the left wing, now to the top. Looking inside, and quickly there's a turnover as the pass was intended for Foskey, but just a little bit out of her range.
Good job by Lincoln Memorial maintaining their defensive zones right there, forcing Catawba into a bad pass.
Catawba quickly out into a full-court press. Smitty has it into the backcourt. She can bring it all the way across and does so. Gets it up into the hands of Sickink all the way to the right side. Barr for 3. Yes!
That's exactly how you want to start if you're Lincoln Memorial. Break the press, find yourself an open shot, and knock it down.
Barr had 6 of LW's first 8 points on Wednesday at Tusculum. And she gets the first 3 here, puts LW on the board as the Indians going through and all the way up with the left hand. That one's off the rim, no good by Baker. Offensive rebound on the inside. That one's back up in no good on the take by Foskey. And Tanner comes out of there with it.
Good job by Baker getting to the cup right there. Foskey with the offensive rebound just couldn't finish. Credit Camille Collier there for some good interior defense after the offensive rebound.
Smitty drives through with the right hand. It's up and good.
Too easy for Alexis Smitty doing her thing, getting to the cup there early on for Lincoln Memorial, opening up with a 5-0 run.
Goodlet right into the trap here in front of us. Gets off to Baker across the timeline. 105 in as Janice gets it off onto the inside. Back out to the top of the key. Goodlet wants to drive, throws it with the right hand. That one's no good. Off the back iron, too hard. Offensive rebound pulled down by Dixon Booker, and Catawba will reset with 15 on the shot clock. Long three by Baker. That one's off the back iron, no good.
Lincoln Memorial catching some breaks early on. Got to clean it up on the defensive glass. It's already 2 offensive rebounds for Catawba.
Smitty into the front court. First offensive set really here for Lincoln Memorial, and Catawba will get the steal. Baker with the pick, and she'll go all the way to the other end and misses the layup as Collier gets the defensive rebound.
That's exactly what Catawba's going to do, try to turn you over. Great job by Alexis Smitty not giving up on the play.
Sidkink gets it to Collier, who's going to get called for steps.
Just one of those things, momentum carrying you a little bit. Hard to stop like that.
LB will go down the bench, and we'll see Lexi Patty into the lineup for the first time here on the evening. Patty, 5'8" senior from Maryville, Tennessee, transfer from Tusculum, and it is Smitty. That'll be the one going off to the far side. She had a streak there of about 6 games where she had only missed 1 minute. She got in foul trouble against Tusculum this past Wednesday and had to sit out, and I think Coach Carter may have found some other guard players that could pick up Smitty's slack, as there's a long three by the Indians. It's going to be short on the take by Baker, and Collier gets the rebound and then bounces it back off of Baker, and LB will have the inbound.
Yeah, you know, Adam, we had talked about that, how important it was getting Patty back into the lineup, kind of alleviating Smitty of some of that, extreme minutes played. It's uncommon to see her come off the court, that's for sure.
Backcourt press causing trouble right now for Barr. And 10-second violation is going to be the call against Lincoln Memorial as Barr got stuck into the trap. And Catawba will have the inbound. It'll come from Janice over in front of the Lincoln Memorial bench.
That swarming Catawba defense forces a lot of turnovers, Adam.
Inbound comes into Goodlet. Goodlet with the handoff. Up near to the top of the key is Janice. To the right side, trying to drive to the baseline is Catawba, and Tanner gets the steal.
Great job by Sidkink right there, staying in front of the ball handler, forcing her baseline and inevitably leading to a turnover.
Patty back out to Barr, back to Patty. Top of the key, 3. Yeah, that was going to be short. Really thought it went through, but it was online. I'll put it that way.
It looked like it was going in from our perspective for sure.
7:20 and counting. Lincoln Memorial leading here 5-0. To the far side, Goodlet will bring it across the timeline. LB still out at a man-to-man. Actually, they'll match up into a 2-3 zone here. There's a pull-up jumper from the baseline. That one's going to be too long on the tape by Foskey.
I think staying in the 2-3 zone, we talked a little bit earlier about shooting percentages for both teams. Staying in the zone allows Lincoln Memorial somebody to stay in for the rebounds.
Sidkink gets it off to Patty. Now to Tanner. Back to Barr. Barr going away from the screen, back to Tanner. Tanner looks inside to Collier now after the elbow. Collier trying a little shake and bake. Sees somebody coming from behind her. Gets it back out to Barr. Off to Patty. Patty with a pump fake. Wants to drive through. Kicks back out to Tanner. Tanner gets going to call for traveling.
Catawba seems to be overcommitting a little bit on some of these defensive possessions. It's allowing Lincoln Memorial to have somebody open. Looks like they were just a little bit late getting it back to Patty there. There would have been an open three-point shot.
Indians going with a slew of substitutions. So Smitty will come in now, and Sidkink will come off. So that'll be going a little smaller. Into the lineup for the Indians, you've got Shania Wilson, the 5'5" redshirt sophomore out of Gastonia, North Carolina. You've also got Imani Williams, the 5'8" junior out of Hopkins, South Carolina. Natalie Fuertes Laura, who we talked about, the 5'9" senior out of Spain. And there's one more, I think, down here in my bottom corner I'll get to in just a second, as the Indians will swing the ball over to the right side. That is Mary Spry, who is the other player, who misses the shot, the 6' junior out of Faith, North Carolina.
Great outlet pass there from Collier to get the ball up to Barr, up the court really fast before Catawba could set up on defense. Unfortunately, now set up on defense.
Tanner has it popped away. Smitty gets it. Smitty bounce pass inside to Collier. Collier one dribble, goes up with the left hand and finds the basket.
There's a very strong finish from Collier there.
Stops the scoring out of almost 3 minutes for Lincoln Memorial. Now up 7-0. As the Indians will break the press, and Williams will bring it across the timeline. Williams on the switch, gives off now to the top. And between the circles is Wilson. Back to Wilson on a quick pass. Screen coming from Foskey, pull-up jumper. That one is up and good on the take by Wilson. And it took 4.5 minutes, but the Indians are on the board, going now 1 for 9 here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, great job early on from Lincoln Memorial's defense. Really good job breaking the press right here as well.
Tanner going coast all the way to the far side. No good. Collier offensive rebound. She'll lose it, and there'll be a foul. I believe this one will go against Foskey. Actually, they're going to call that one, I believe, against Spry.
Collier doing a really good job of staying aggressive on the interior right now.
So the foul goes against Spry. That'll be her first, just the team's first here of the quarter. LB will have the inbound from the near baseline. It'll be Tanner to have the inbound. Gets it into Collier. Collier's got the baseline if she'd like to, and they're going to say she traveled. Must have picked up her pivot foot as she was going into the motion.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Back in for the Indians will be Nala Baker, and Foskey will go off.
Yeah, it looks like Catawba's going a little bit smaller as well right now. That matchup with Patty on Foskey a few moments ago was intriguing. They didn't take advantage of it, though. Indians
right into the trap and almost stolen away there by Patty. Indians out of control, and now Patty will get the steal. Quickly off to Tanner. Tanner on a 2-on-1, kicks out, bar, pump fake. And they're going to say she gets called for traveling. And that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 4:58 left to go here in our opening quarter. It's LW on top 7-2 as you're watching South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Mom's starting time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
4:58 left to go here in our opening quarter. LMU leading 7-2 over the Indians of Catawba College. LMU shooting 60% on 3 of 5 shooting right now. Catawba 11% on 1 of 9 from the field. LMU was 6 turnovers in the first 5 minutes, but so far it has not led to any points as Catawba has it out of the timeout. Wilson will bring it across the timeline, and she'll get called for traveling as she slides across the timeline.
You know, credit Lincoln Memorial also right now on the glass, 7-3 advantage. Doing a great job on the interior. Collier staying extremely aggressive on the inside, and I think trying to send a message early on to Catawba.
Smitty gets it to Collier at the top of the key. Looking for Tanner. Tanner has to set the screen. Back to Smitty. Smitty through the screen. Back through the screen. Back to Tanner. Catawba's not going to let LMU put up many threes. Here's one by Smitty. It's going to be off the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Spry of the Indians as they want to run. Wilson with the handoff. From the top of the key, Baker gets all the way down to the free throw line. Bounce pass to the inside. Up with the left hand. That one's in and out of the rim. No good. On the tank by Spry.
I believe that's the third shot or so I've seen go in and out for Catawba. So far, pretty tough shooting day for them.
Tanner misses a layup on the other end. It was well contested, and we're going to run to the other side. Williams quickly gets it up now with a pass right back into the hands of Spry from the hands of Huertes Laura. And the Indians continue to crack into this one. It's down to a one-possession lead at 7-4. Patty off to Collier, who misses the layup. And rebound to be taken down by Baker of the Indians.
Great setup there by Patty, just a little too much with the hands by Collier. Both teams moving lightning fast right now.
Wilson from the elbow, that one's no good. Patty gets the board. Patty's going to have to put it on the floor. It's going to be knocked out of bounds back to Lincoln Memorial from the baseline.
I'll tell you, Adam, it seems like just a matter of, a blink of an eye before we see these teams on the other end of the court. They are both just moving exceptionally fast right now.
Foskey and Goodlett back into the lineup now for the Indians. Patty will get it in the bar. Back to Patty. Patty's going to have to go here. And she'll get it across the timeline. Out to Tanner. Tanner right into the trap. Tries to dribble down to the baseline and has it stolen away. Laura Fuentes gets it off out of the hands now to Goodlet to the left side. Trying to drive through is Williams. Williams going against Tanner up with the left hand. That one's no good. Ball being volleyballed around, and eventually Collier will get it.
Again, staying aggressive on the inside, paying dividends for Lincoln Memorial right now on the defensive glass.
Smitty bounced past to Collier, knocked away, and off of Collier, back to the Indians.
That was a great look from Smitty right there.
LW now with 8 turnovers in the last 6 minutes of play. As timeout is taken here on the floor. You see, it was taken by Catawba with 3:02 left to go here in the opening quarter. LW leading this one 7-4, and really you think about the first 7 minutes here, John. Catawba and LW both had a lot of good looks. I think if Catawba's had a lot of looks down on the block, just can't find really the bounce on the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. A combination between that and how well Lincoln Memorial's playing defense on the inside right now, I think, is a recipe for success early on for Lincoln Memorial, of course, jumping out to a quick lead. Then on the other end, you just got to corral some of those interior bounce passes. Had a couple of good looks from Patty, from Smitty. Collier just got to catch the ball before taking off with it.
So Catawba spending the timeout. They'll have the inbound on the baseline. And that'll be coming out with a full court 2-2-1, it looks like here. And it looks like it'll be broken here by the Indians across the timeline with Baker. To the right side now, back toward the middle to Goodlet. Goodlet going away, wants to drive through, goes up. Has it partially blocked away, I believe, by Smith. Or excuse me, it was Patty. Collier got the rebound.
Another good defensive stand there by the Rail Splitters.
Smitty gets stuck with it, now has to give away to Patty. Patty going against her defender, goes up with the right hand. That one's no good. Collier gets the offensive board, back to Patty. To Parr, back inside to Collier. It's going to be blocked away from behind. And we'll stay with Lincoln Memorial.
Patty's aggression on offense is paying off right there. Another offensive rebound for Camille Collier. Attacking the rim, keeping them on their toes, the defense. Doing a great job of getting to the cup.
LMU has not scored in almost 4 minutes now. It's over 3.5 since the last time, and they've had 8 turnovers in the last almost 7 minutes. But they still have the lead here, 7-4. Smitty's at the top using the screen. Bounce pass to Collier. Collier goes up with the right hand. It's up off the glass and good, and that will stop both those last stats.
Textbook pick and roll there from Smitty and Collier.
Goodlet had it tipped away. It was taken down by Foskey. Driving with it is Baker. Baker to the free throw line. Lost the handle and stolen away by Tanner. Tanner wants to run. He's got Smitty sprinting, but cannot get it to her, and she'll bring it back out with less than 2 to go.
As many negatives as you can highlight about both offenses right now, you can inversely highlight a ton of positives for both defenses.
Collier from the elbow hits the jumper, and LW's lead is back out to 7 and 11-4.
Looks like the Rail Splitters are starting to warm up a little bit offensively.
Across the timeline comes Williams. Williams right into the trap, bounce pass into the middle, one dribble up with the left hand. That one's no good on the take by Baker, and again Collier gets the board quickly out to Patty. Patty stops, and with an easy layup up with the right hand, that one's up and good. Patty now into the scoring column with her first 2.
That was a wonderful outlet pass and a great move by Patty to get the wide open layup right there.
Williams off to the left side. Dribbles it away and gives up to Baker at the top of the key. Off to the left side. Now in, it goes to Foskey. Foskey trying to back in, goes with the right hand. That one's up and good on the take.
Good move there by Foskey. Good defense by Collier. Just not a whole lot you can do there with a high elevation and high release point.
Just the second shot from the field that Catawba has hit. Collier has it, goes up, and she'll draw the foul.
Great job of staying aggressive there, getting herself to the free throw line. If you can't hit the layup, you might as well go to the line for 2.
I believe the foul will go against Baker, and it will. That'll be her first. That's just the team's second, as LB will go down the bench, as does Catawba. We'll see Fede Lagana into the lineup now for Lincoln Memorial, 5'6" junior out of Argentina. And we'll also see Sinkic come back into the lineup, and we'll try to get the Catawba subs here in just a second. Looks like Dixon Booker is one of those, as Collier misses the first of 2. 51.5 seconds left to go here in a very fast-paced opening quarter. As Collier hits the second, LW now leads this one 14-6.
You know, a couple of good runs stitched together by Lincoln Memorial start the game, 7-0, then a 6-0 run right there as well. Got a good, solid lead here early in the first period.
Indians from the top, off to the left side. This is Williams is into the lineup, going up against Collier, goes up with the left hand. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Barr.
Some good moves there by Williams, just couldn't get the shot to fall. Great rebounding right now by Lincoln Memorial.
Smitty lost the handle, will bring it across the timeline just in the nick of time. And now she'll set up. There's about a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Smitty being picked up into the man-to-man. LW not in any kind of hurry to move as there's now 10 seconds left to go. Out to Barr. Barr fakes the handoff, goes down, kicks out. Lagana for three, no good. Sickink battling for the rebound, throws it back up at the horn. That one's going to be no good. And Catawba gets the board before the buzzer goes off, and it does it for the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter down, it is Lincoln Memorial right now leading Catawba 14-6. We'll have the start of the second when we return with more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
I chose LMU because I wanted doors to open for me. For my future to have endless possibilities. To know I could become anything I wanted to be. Objection, Your Honor. I always wanted to say that. So whether I wanted to be a veterinarian, a high school teacher, let's turn to page 32, or a successful dentist, I knew LMU would help me get there. All I had to do was open the door.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Start of the second, Lincoln Memorial right now leading Catawba 14-6. LW in the opening quarter, 6 of 14 from the field for 43%. Catawba 3 of 17 in the opening quarter from the field for 18%. 0 of 3 from three-point range. 13 total turnovers, 8 of those by Lincoln Memorial that have led to no points off turnovers. 5 Catawba turnovers have led to 5 Lincoln Memorial points. And rebounding, it's almost a 2-to-1 advantage for Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, you look at the 18% shooting percentage right now for Catawba. Credit Lincoln Memorial's defense for doing a great job, especially on the inside. Rebounding looking great for Lincoln Memorial, holding the advantage as well. So the turnovers haven't really cost them too much so far. We've got to clean that up moving into the game.
Smitty has it going through the screen of Collier. Gets down to the elbow, kicks off on a skip pass to Barr. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock as Smitty gets it to Collier. Top of the circle, jumper, and out of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Foskey.
You know, I know she missed the shot there, but that's something you got to love about Camille Collier's game. She can go into the interior and dominate and then step out and shoot as well.
And it goes to Foskey into the inside, going against Collier. Turnaround jumpers off the back of the backboard, no good. Rebound taken down by Barr.
Foskey's got a really high release. Interesting to see she was so far away from the rim right there.
Collier gets it to Smitty. Smitty back out to Collier. Collier to Barr at the top of the key. She'll pull the trigger. Off the rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Dixon Booker of the Indians. Minute played. Nobody scored here in the second quarter. And Janice is going to get called for traveling.
Yeah, it's been happening a lot today so far. You know, I think both teams would agree that it's a little ticky-tacky right now. But you just gotta watch those feet.
Spry back in for the Indians. We have Patty back in for Lincoln Memorial, as well as Dominique Rodriguez, the 5'7" grad student out of Aurora, Colorado, the transfer from Coker. That'll be going down the bench quite a bit here. Catawba scores more bench points on the season. They average about 25 points from the bench. LMU's trying to go down the bench themselves as this one's kicked out. Smitty for three in the left side. No good. Rebound taken down by Wilson of the Indians and right into the double team. And they're going to call a foul that'll go against Dominique Rodriguez. That'll be her first.
I thought she did a great job, Rodriguez, of attacking on offense there on that drive. I thought she was doing a great job on defense there as well.
Catawba will go down the bench, and we'll see Jamiria Robinson, the 5'6" sophomore out of Lake Wells, Florida, into the lineup. And LMU into the bench to see Jemiah Winter, the 6' senior out of Milan, Illinois, the transfer from Kirkwood Community College.
Winter is another stretch big, can step out and shoot the three as well as play well in the interior.
Williams has it to the left side, gets it to Foskey. Foskey out of her range, has to give it up. They go inside on the pass now to Spry. Spry, one dribble up off the window. That one's up and good.
It was a good move down low. not a whole lot you can do with that.
Spry's got 4 as Patty races it into the other side. Rodriguez gets it inside to Collier. Collier goes up with the right hand, and that one's no good. And rebound taken down by Spry. Janice quickly up all the way to the far side. Long 3 by Robinson is no good. And Patty is going to get the rebound and will draw the foul.
Patty seems to be in on every single play on defense and offense. Just doing a great job right now of keeping her nose on the ball and being there when they need her to be.
Foul goes against Williams. That'll be her first. That's the team's first here of the quarter. 14-8, still in favor of Lincoln Memorial. We talked a little bit in the pregame. If you like defense, this is your matchup. Tanner for 3. It's going to be short, no good. Rebound going to be taken down by Robinson of the Indians.
Lincoln Memorial needs to find an easier shot, a little higher percentage bucket. Get things started here in the second for them.
Williams lost that one out of bounds just over here to our left. That'll be another Catawba turnover as Dixon Booker will come back into the lineup now for Catawba. That is their 7th turnover here of the contest as Smitty now back in for Lincoln Memorial and Wilson back in for Catawba.
Lincoln Memorial defense still doing a great job early here in this game.
There comes a trap and a steal by Janice on a bounce pass back to the left side. That one's up and good on the take by Wilson.
And that's what they do right there, Adam. They force turnovers and score off those turnovers.
Smitty going right through the contact. Kicks out Winner into the corner for 3. No good. Rebound's going to be taken down by Catawba. Janice wants to run, and she throws that one over here to our left to CJ, which is out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover back to Lincoln Memorial. Oh, they're going to say it was tipped. Did you see a tip?
I did not.
I didn't see a tip either, but the official's on the floor. He said he saw the tip, and Catawba will keep the possession. So the Indians still have it into the half court. Wilson to the top of the key, gets it to Dixon Booker over to the left side. Long 3 by Janice is up and good.
I believe that's the first one of the game.
First one for them. They're now 1 of 5, and it's back to a 1-point advantage at 14-13 for Lincoln Memorial.
It looks like Catawba is starting to find a little bit of offensive rhythm, relying on that defense.
Collier gets it to Patty. To the top. Rodriguez for 3. That one's up and good, and Rodriguez will put her name in the newspaper as LMU back up by 4.
Great answer there from Lincoln Memorial, matching 3 for 3. Good to see Rodriguez working her way into the scoring column.
Rodriguez gets burnt back, but gets the deflection as it was Wilson that was trying to pass into the corner to Robinson. A good opportunity not to quit on the play.
Absolutely. Rodriguez is playing fantastic so far, handling the press exceptionally well as the ball handler on defense, standing in front of the ball handler, and then offensively setting up in the three-point shot right there.
Wilson on the inbound, gets it into Janice. She'll pull the trigger from the other wing. That one's going to be off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Patty. Patty goes to the baseline, has it knocked away. It's going to be off of the Indians, back to Lincoln Memorial.
Really good hustle there by Robinson for Catawba. Really quick with the hands. Luckily for Lincoln Memorial, got the ball back there.
Now the question is on the shot clock because it did reset to 30. As it was Robinson that took at least one dribble before it went out. They're going to see if it was possession or not. And looks like we're going to go to an official review. Inbound will still come over to the far side, our right. So they're going to go check the shot clock here at the official review on the far side. LB leading here 17-13, 6:12 left to go here in the opening half. Talk about defense. Well, when you have a good defensive teams on both sides that we have, you're going to have low shooting percentages. LMU 7 of 21 for 33%. Catawba 6 of 23 for 26%. And that goes back to defense. Not necessarily, they've had some good looks. They've missed some good looks, but it's been defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you got to kind of also think about how Catawba has started this second quarter here. The first quarter was very unkind. They were shooting a 17.6 percentage from the floor. Getting credit Lincoln Memorial's defense, but it looks like at the start of the second here at least, they've seemed to have found a little bit more of a rhythm. It looks like both on the exterior, the perimeter, and the interior. The defense is leading the offense for Catawba right now. For Lincoln Memorial, you've had the one big three-pointer right here from Rodriguez, but all in all, defense still doing a great job. Just got to clean a couple things up and work your way into the interior for some high percentage buckets.
LW averages 36.5 rebounds a game. Catawba at 37.5. Right now, LW with 18. 1.5 quarters in. Catawba with 13. So, should be interesting to see how we go throughout the rest here. They've reset the shot clock to 22. As LW will have the inbound. It'll come in to Smitty. Smitty gets it off to Rodriguez under the left wing. Back to the top to Collier. Collier stands, waits. Looks for the back door to Smitty. It's closed. Now Collier puts it on the floor, trying to back it in. Draws the double team. Winner, top of the key, three. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound's going to be into the Catawba bench, out off of Lincoln Memorial, back to the Indians. As we'll see Asia Barr now come into the lineup.
See, that's the thing about Catawba's style of defense. You're moving around so fast, hair on fire type defense. You kind of over pursue sometimes, and it typically leads someone open in the offensive zone for Lincoln Memorial. So if the Rail Splitters can identify that open player a little bit earlier, they'll find some higher percentage buckets.
Sickink also back into the lineup now for Lincoln Memorial. Wilson to run the point. She'll bring this one across the timeline. 5:50 in counting left to go in the opening half. She'll move off to the right side. LW now has switched back into the man-to-man. Pull-up jumper from the wing. That one's going to be short, no good. And Sickink gets the board.
Rail Splitters continue to do a good job on the glass, Adam.
Gets it to Smitty. Smitty goes behind the back trying to dipsy-do Wilson. Gets off to the right wing on the handoff now to Patty. To the left side it comes to Barr. Into the deep corner now into Collier. Collier looks again to the back door. Nothing there. Goes up and has that one blocked away on the attempt by Spry.
Good ball movement there from Lincoln Memorial. Just good defense from Catawba.
Janice drives to the baseline. Lost it going up. Probably could have been a foul either way. Instead, it's going to go into the hands of Spry, and she'll get the basket. Now 6 points on the afternoon.
Sometimes the ball just bounces your way. That's exactly what happened there for the Catawba Indians.
Patty into the front quarters. We're under 5 minutes now left to go here in the opening half. Top of the key comes to Smitty. Smitty went away from the screen. Gets it to Sickink. Sickink going around. Gets it out to Patty. Patty to Barr. Barr thought about it. Now she'll pull the trigger, and that's going to be short off the front of the iron. Collier goes chasing for it. Saves it as she gets it to Smitty. Smitty bounce pass inside to Sickink. Goes up. Has it blocked away. Still on the floor. It's going to be a jump as players go flying through. The alternate possession will give it to Catawba once we come back from the break. 4:35 left to go here in the opening half. It is Lincoln Memorial leading Catawba 17-15. Back after some more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo? Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
4:35 left to go here in our opening half. It's Lincoln Memorial leading Catawba 17-15. Again, both teams now shooting below 30%. Both teams with 7 field goals made from the field. LW has not scored, however, in over 2 minutes as they right now hold on to the 2-point advantage. And Catawba will have the inbound coming off of the timeout and the jump ball. And Janice will have it as she gets it into, that is Williams. Williams with a bounce pass across the timeline. Gets it into the hands of Robinson. Now back to Williams. Williams with the handoff to Robinson. Robinson from the top of the key, back up to the left side to Williams. A little back and forth with him. Spry going up. That one's no good. Rebound taken down by Barr.
Yeah, great job from Lincoln Memorial there on defense. Forcing Spry, on the interior into a tough shot and a great rebound.
Sickink trying to go down to the block. Goes back up with the right hand. Hits the shot, and she'll draw the foul.
Great job by Sickink there to stay aggressive on the inside. Great finish through contact.
Foul will go against Janice. That'll be her first. That is the team's second. As we'll see Tanner back into the lineup now for Lincoln Memorial. Fuentes, Laura, Foskey, and I believe it is one more out here at the top of the key. Back in now for the Indians as Sinkink will go to the line trying to convert the old-fashioned three-point play. And she does so.
You know, interestingly enough, that's only the third free throw shot this game, which is surprising, seeing as how both of these teams are extremely aggressive offensively and attack the rim so hard.
It is Goodlet that's into the lineup now for the Indians. Pass off to the left side, trying to drive to the baseline. Pull up by Williams is up off the window and good. Had to stop as Smitty was there trying to set up for the charge. And still had enough to put that one in to make it back to a three-point advantage. Smitty will bring this one across the timeline. Right into the trap, throws one off into the deep corner to Patty, and Patty's going to get called for traveling.
That was a great pass to Patty in the corner. Smitty doing a great job handling this defensive pressure in the press. I didn't see a travel there myself, but again, perspective from over here to there is a little bit different.
That is the 11th turnover of the opening half for Lincoln Memorial. Williams with it into the front court. Goes off into the right side to Fuentes Laura. Now back to the top it comes to Goodlet. To the left side. Dixon Booker, one more pass into the deep corner for Williams for three. That one's no good. Offensive rebound pulled down before the shot. Fuentes Laura will draw the foul.
Looks like Williams getting a little bit more aggressive on offense there, and then Fuentes Laura doing a great job of crashing the glass there to get the offensive rebound. Give Catawba a second chance here on offense.
Foul when it gets Patty. That's her first, team's second here of the quarter. Now to the right side, Goodlet has it. Pull up just inside the line. That one's up and good on the tank.
Not a whole lot you can do there, just a good shot.
First basket for Goodlet. She's now got two, and it's 20-19. LMU still with the advantage as Tanner brings this one into the front court. Tanner had it knocked away from behind, lost it, and Catawba eventually gets the steal. Now the Indians want to run. This is Goodlet going all the way down, kicks off into the deep corner. Long three, no good. Rebound taken down by Sinkink, and it's going to be a foul to be called against the Indians. That'll go against Dixon Booker. And that'll be her first, team third.
You couldn't have pried that ball out of Sinkink's hands with a crowbar right there. She was not turning that thing loose. Very, very aggressive on the defensive glass, and it paid off.
Asia Barr now back into the lineup for Lincoln Memorial as Tanner will come off. 2:34 left to go. LMU leading here 20-19. Smitty will have the inbound. Somebody else is going to have to move, and instead she gets it into Barr. Barr going down the far sideline. And here's a skip pass out to Patty. Now to Smitty. Smitty at the top, going through the screen. Nobody there on the roll. She draws the double team. Now goes all the way up off the glass. That one will find the roll and find its way in. Smitty now with four.
That was a beautiful hesitation move to get to the cup. A little bit of a friendly roll there for Smitty as well.
Catawba now having some issues to get this one across the timeline, as it'll eventually come across by Fuentes Laura. Driving through is Goodlet. Bounce pass to the inside. Foskey lost it. Foskey going up against Collier. Right into the double team. Kicks this one out. Just inside the circle for the shot. That one's up and good on the tape by Fuentes Laura. And now there's a stoppage with the officials.
Not sure what the call is here, Adam.
I'm not really either, as they will bring Spry into the lineup. And I think they were just clarifying that that was a 2-point shot instead of a 3-point shot. As Fuentes Laura did take 2 steps inside just between the arcs. 22-21. Patty finding the double team. Sends that one to Smitty across the timeline. Smitty out to Barr for three, and they're going to call him traveling.
They are very quick with the whistle on that call this afternoon.
They have called more travels today than I think we saw in the last home game we had total.
I believe you're actually right on that.
I don't have that stat in front of me. But
I would say you're pretty close.
Fuentes Laura across the timeline. Kicks that one across to Williams. Pull-up jumper. That's off the rim, no good. And Smitty comes away with the board.
Looks like they're trying to lean into Williams on the offensive side a little bit here. Spry as well.
Smitty across the timeline. Less than 75 seconds now left to go. Smitty lost behind the back. And now comes back out Collier. Looking for the screen. Will get it. Looking for the roll. Nothing there. Smitty kicks out to Patty. One more pass to Barr into the corner. Inside, looking for Sickkick. Instead finds Collier, who will try to bounce it off Spry. Spry gets the steal, and now Goodland has it in the backcourt. Goodland across the timeline. Can Catawba get their first lead of the afternoon? That one's up off the glass. It's good, and she'll draw the fouls. It'll go against Asia Barr. And that'll be Barr's first, team's third, and gives the Indians their first lead of the day.
Really acrobatic shot there by Goodland. Did a good job of getting down the floor quickly before LMU's defense had a chance to set up. Just a tough shot off the glass, through contact, and one.
Goodland on the season, shooting right at 75.6% from the charity stripe. Hits the first and only, and the Indians are up by 2 now at 24-22 as we are approaching the end of our opening half. Smitty into the front court. Trying to drive off to the right side. Gets it to Tanner for a three. That's going to be short, no good. Rebound pulled down onto the inside by Foskey. And now it's about a 1 second difference when the game clock and the shot clock is good. Will bring it across the timeline walking. Just a reminder, the halftime break, we'll take a look at your first half statistics. We'll also take a look around the Southland Conference at the Food City scoreboard. As Catawba right now with their first lead of the day has the possession, looking to go into the break with the lead. Spry on the elbow, kicks off the right side, long three by Williams is off the rim, no good. Smitty can turn and fire if she chooses. She'll send one deep and off to the right. They're going to say it was no good anyway as he goes into the bandstand, and that'll do it for the halftime. 1 half into the books. It is Catawba right now leading Lincoln Memorial 24-22. Back into this one, take a look at your first half statistics when we return with more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
We know how to hand stuff our crust with more flavors than anyone else.
Like the blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella in our new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza. We're talking the flavors of your favorite calzone, now stuffed right into the crust of your pizza.
Hey. I mean, no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
Get a new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza for a limited time, only at Papa John's.
Back at the halftime here in Tex Turner. Right now it is Catawba leading Lincoln Memorial by the score of 24-22. Take a look at your first half statistics. First off for the Indians. 20 minutes in, they were 11 of 34 from the field for 32.4%, 1 of 9 from three-point range for 11%, only 1 of 1 from the charity stripe. They're led so far in the opening half by Mary Spry, who's got 6 points to go along with 2 rebounds. It is Foskey with 2 points, 3 boards. Dixon Booker, no points on, no shots attempted from the field, but she does have 2 rebounds. Janice has 3 points, 1 board. Goodlett with 5 points, no rebounds so far on the opening half. Baker 0 of 5 from the field for 0 points. She does have 1 rebound. Williams with 2 points and 1 rebound. It is Fuentes Laura with 2 points, 1 board. Wilson with 4 points, 2 boards. And Robinson has 2 rebounds. 17 rebounds into the opening half for Catawba. 3 on the offensive side, 14 on the defensive. 5 assists, 7 turnovers, and 6 steals. For Lincoln Memorial, they were 9 of 27 into the opening half for 33.3%. 2 of 12 from three-point range for 16.7%. 2 of 3 from the free throw range. Leading the way is Camille Collier so far with 7 points and 10 rebounds, trying to pull up another double-double on the season. Sinking has 3 points and 4 boards. Asia Barr with 3 points, 3 rebounds. Maddie Tanner 0 of 4 from the field, does have 1 rebound on her stat line along with 1 assist and 2 steals. Alexis Smitty with 4 points, 3 rebounds. Lexi Patty with 2 points, 3 boards. Federica Lagana 0 of 1 from the field in almost a minute worth of play. Dominique Rodriguez is 1 of 1 from the field. She has 3 points so far on the day. And Jemiah Winters 0 of 2 from the field in almost 3 minutes worth of action. Also does not have a rebound. LB with 24 rebounds in the opening half. That's 7 more than Catawba. 4 offensive, 20 on the defensive side. 5 assists, 14 turnovers, and 3 steals. Points off of turnovers, Catawba leads 6-5. Points in the paint, LB leads 14-12. Second chance is a tie at 2-2. Fast break is Catawba 4-2. And Catawba's bench outscoring Lincoln Memorial's right now 14-5. Again, only 1 lead change. Catawba did not lead until late in the half when they took the lead where they have it right now at 24-22 as we bring John Dunn back in. And John, you look at it, really defensive effort on both sides. Both teams shooting 33% or worse. Rebounds are 7 away. Lincoln Memorial leads that, but they're not getting what they need to do right now from the turnover battle. They need to limit their turnovers if they're going to try to get back into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to tell of 2 quarters right here. I call it a Missy Elliott game. Looks like it got put down, flipped, and reversed from the first to second quarter there between Catawba and LMU. Again, LMU just kind of playing into Catawba's hands a little bit. You know, we talked a little bit about it before the game got started. They like to force turnovers, play really, really fast, really, really swarming defense. There have been a couple of instances where the Rail Splitters have taken advantage of that, found an open man for an open three-point shot or someone on the interior. Going to have to just do a better job of keeping your eyes up, looking down the court, getting some quicker outlet passes, beating that trap. Catawba went out of it near the end of the second there, but for the majority of the game, they've been in that full-court press trap, which has in turn led to someone being open for Lincoln Memorial offensively. Just got to do a quicker job of identifying that and getting the ball into the right person's hands.
Still at the halftime break, it is Catawba leading Lincoln Memorial 24-22. We'll take a break, come back, take a look at the Food City scoreboard and some scores from around the South Atlantic Conference. We'll return with more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Riddle me this, with all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Catawba right now leading Lincoln Memorial on the road at the halftime break, 24-22. Let's take a look at your Food City scoreboard. 5 of the matchups around the South Atlantic Conference today. Right now, it is Lenore Ryan at home on top of Emory and Henry, 44-29. And that opening half, LR shooting 50% on 15 of 30 from the field. Over in Jefferson City, it is Carson Newman right now leading Wingate 31-27. The Eagles shooting 33%. 7 of 23 from three-point range is the Lady Eagles compared to Wingate's 0 for 4 in the opening half. It is Mars Hill right now leading Newberry 38-26. The Lions in the opening half shot 55.6% from the field, 15 of 27 compared to Newberry's 9 of 33 from the field. Over in Greenville, it is Coker, again on another just close matchup. As right now they're taking on the Pioneers. It's 35-32 in favor of Coker in the halftime break. Coker shooting 54% on 15 of 28. Tusculum, 9 of 25 for 36%. But right here, they've hit 11 more free throws. Tusculum's 13 of 14. Coker 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. And it is the Cobras right now that leads Tusculum 35-32. And also at the halftime break, it is Anderson on the road leading UVA Wise 40-32. Anderson 47% from the field on 17 of 36. UVA Wise at 42% on 15 of 36 from the field. After today, Lincoln Memorial will be back at home on Wednesday when they'll play host to the Wasps of Emory and Henry. It'll be a 5:30 Eastern start here inside of the Textron Arena. After today, Catawba will return home for the first time since January 4th when they'll play host to Wingate University. That's also on Wednesday evening, that one being played over in Goodman Gymnasium in Salisbury, North Carolina. Still at the halftime here, it is Catawba leading Lincoln Memorial 24-22. We'll take one more break, come back, we'll have the start of the second half between the Indians and the Lady Rail Splitters as you're watching South Atlantic Conference Women's Basketball here on FloCollege.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. It's here. It's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Start of the second half. Right now it is Catawba leading Lincoln Memorial 24-22 here inside of the Tex Turner Arena. Catawba going for what would be their 9th consecutive victory over Lincoln Memorial and another season sweep if they can pull it off. Lincoln Memorial trying to get the season split and trying to essentially move even with Catawba in the Southland Conference standings. LMU will have the opening possession. It comes into Sickink. LMU out with their original starting 5 as Barr has it at the top of the key. Inside of the elbow to Sickink. Sickink turns, looks inside to Collier. Collier's going to draw the double team, almost into the triple team as Collier has it stolen away. And eventually it'll be taken away on the steal by Goodlett. And now the Indians will have trouble with it into the backcourt as Goodlett brings it across the timeline.
Need a little bit better communication on offense right there if you're Lincoln Memorial.
Pull-up jumper, that one's too hard as Tanner gets the rebound off the miss by Goodlett. Tanner across the timeline, off to the right wing. Looks inside, gets it to Sickink. Sickink driving through, gets out to Collier. Collier to Barr. Barr now to the elbow to Sickink. Sickink has it knocked away, and it's eventually going to be stolen away here by Foskey.
Catawba's defense just continues to be exceptionally handsy, doing a good job of knocking those balls away.
Goodlett will have it. We are a minute into our third quarter. Neither team has attempted a shot so far. Driving with it to the left side is Baker. From the elbow, Foskey's up and good.
Just a good setup there from Catawba, being patient on the offensive side and finding the shot they wanted.
Smitty will bring this one into the front court, being picked up by Baker. Smitty using the screen of Sickink, gets to the elbow off the bar. Right side three, off the rim, no good. Collier battling with Foskey, and it's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say off of Lincoln Memorial, back to the Indians.
That was a good job there by Collier being in good position. Foskey just a little bit lengthier, able to get up for that rebound, make a smart play to bounce it off the LMU player's foot.
Inbound comes to Baker, and then back to Janis as Janis wants to run it into the front court. It'll be Goodlett that brings it across the timeline. This is where LMU has some issues in their third quarter offense going out of the halftime break. They're going to have to get something going here. By the time they get the ball back, it's going to be 2 minutes in without really one shot attempted. As going through the lane, that one's off the backboard, off the tape by Goodlett. Offensive rebound by Foskey, no good. Rebound again taken down by Baker of Catawba. And it comes back out to the right side. Driving through is Goodlett, goes up and hits that one up off the glass.
Catawba starting the second half extremely aggressively on the offensive end of the floor. Looks like Lincoln Memorial's trying to be a little bit more deliberate offensively and set up in the half court.
Smitty will bring this one across the timeline. LMU again, one shot so far here in the third quarter, as going up with it is Smitty, and she will draw the foul.
That's a veteran play right there. You can't get a shot you want, get yourself to the free throw line, attack the rim, draw some contact, get yourself 2 easy points.
Foul go against Dixon Booker. That'll be her second, team first here of the third quarter, and we'll send Alexa Smitty to the line to shoot 2. Smitty so far 4 points on the day to go along with 3 rebounds. She's a 67.7% free throw shooter on the season.
Hopefully can knock down this pair right here and get herself going a little bit more offensively. They're going to need her. Patty coming back into the lineup right there. Should be an interjection of energy to this offense.
Smitty at the line. First shot. It's good. LMU trying to take advantage. Neither team has really been to the free throw line on the day. Catawba 1 for 1. Now LMU 3 for 4. As Smitty will stand at the line to have one more, trying to bring LMU back to within 4 here, trailing by 5. Smitty's second shot. That one's off the back iron, no good. And defensive rebound, pulled down by Dixon Booker.
You know, the lack of free throw shooting, like I said earlier, a little bit surprising due to the fact that these teams are both extremely aggressive at attacking the rim on offense.
Janis to the left side, gets it off to Foskey into the deep corner. Foskey with the pump fake. Wants to go up against Collier. Into the double team. Foskey throws it up, and they're going to call a foul against Camille Collier, and that'll be her first.
Looks like Catawba is content to run the offense through Foskey here to start the third.
So now Foskey will go to the line for Catawba. Foskey with 4 points, go along with 5 rebounds so far here on the afternoon. Foskey on the season shoots 82.5% from the charity stripe. First shot. Finds the bounce and finds its way in. 29-23. Foskey to have one more. Second shot. Looks better. She hits 2 for 2, and it's 30-23. Talked about it being a defensive struggle. Would you have thought we'd have had to wait 23 minutes essentially into the game for somebody to hit 30?
I would not. With the way Lincoln Memorial's been shooting these past couple weeks, I would have thought for sure it would have been much earlier in the game.
Tanner into the front court. Which means that's Smitty on the far side. Now she'll give it to Tanner at the top of the key. Collier has it under the elbow to Smitty. Top of the key for 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. Patty for the rebound. Off to Tanner for 3. That one's up and good. Tanner hits her first 3. She's got 8. And it's 30-26.
Nothing but bottom on that one. Great find, great shot. That's exactly what you needed if you're Lincoln Memorial.
Goodlet quickly into the front court. She'll give it away to Baker. Off to the right side. Janice comes across. Pull-up jumper by Goodlet at the top of the key. It was up and good. Goodlet now with 9.
The aggression from Catawba's offense paid off right there. Patty expected Goodlet to make an attack towards the basket. Got her on her heels defensively, allowed Goodlet to spot up for a nice shot.
Tanner gets it to Patty. Patty will bring it across the timeline, being picked up here by Goodlet. Goodlet goes away from the screen. Tanner now has it. Tanner backdoor to Smitty. Smitty goes up and has it blocked away by Foskey.
If I'm Lincoln Memorial right here, I'm looking for a set or a shot where Camille Collier can step out to the perimeter, maybe knock down a big shot, drawing Foskey out of the interior defensively.
Spry, Williams, Fuentes, Laura, and looks like that is Wilson back in the lineup now for the Indians.
I believe even more so now that Spry is subbed in, I would go to Camille Collier somewhere outside 15 feet to pull Spry out of the interior, allowing Lincoln Memorial's guards to get back to the rim.
Collier got the inbound. She'll give it away with 5 on the shot clock. Smitty driving through, goes up, has that one blocked away, and it'll be Wilson that comes away with it. Catawba wants to run. And Wilson will bring this one all the way over to the right side. Long 3 by Williams, up off the rim, no good. And it's going to be Patty that gets the board and draws the foul.
Catawba doing a really good job on the interior right now on defense. Blocked the last 2 shots from Lincoln Memorial. Again, if you're the rail splitters, you just got to work around, find somebody open. Ball movement is imperative in that situation.
Fuentes Laura got the personal. It's her first, team second. Tanner has it into the backcourt. Gets it up to Patty. Patty's got the numbers, kicks off to the left side. Collier, one more pass to Sickink up off the glass. It's good.
That is textbook press break right there from the rail splitters.
Williams will bring this one across the timeline. Almost halfway through our third quarter. Catawba leads here by 4, 32-28. Inbound, it goes to Spry to the block. Pull up on the turnaround is up and good.
Spry has really been a really big energy spark for Catawba today. Coming off the bench, I think she's responsible for most of their bench points this afternoon.
Tanner lost it and will get called for traveling.
Looks like she just lost it there. She went to make a move. Tough break for Lincoln Memorial.
5 minutes left to go to bring us to a timeout on the floor. It's Catawba right now leading Lincoln Memorial 34-28. Back after this some more Southland Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Welcome to the Old Mill Inn Bed and Breakfast in historic Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. Come stay with us to experience all the comforts of home. A great meal, a cozy bed, and lots of activities just outside the front door, all while steeped in the history of Appalachia and our amazing little town. We're nestled between the Cumberland Gap National Historical Park and Lincoln Memorial University.
So the next time you're coming to stay and play in the tri-state area of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia, don't miss your chance to stay in the historic town of Cumberland Gap, Tennessee in Claiborne County. Your Old Mill Inn family is waiting for you. Go Splitters!
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
5 minutes exactly left to go here in our third quarter. It is Catawba right now leading Lincoln Memorial 34-28. Rebounds, 28 for Lincoln Memorial, 22 for Catawba. Turnovers. Lincoln Memorial was 17, Catawba was 7. But the 17 turnovers by Lincoln Memorial has only led to 8 points for Catawba, as the Indians will have it out of the timeout off of the turnover as Wilson will bring this one into the front court. To the right side it comes over to Dixon Booker, who wants to drive in, goes up with the right hand, and traveling will be the call before she goes in with the shot.
Another travel call. Good defense there by Sicking.
That'll bring Foskey back into the lineup now for Catawba, as Dixon Booker will go off. Inbound will come from Tanner, and she'll get it into Smitty. Back to Tanner. Tanner across the timeline. Gets it to Smitty, and LB will set it up.
Lincoln Memorial can continue to break the press quickly. It may allow for some quick, fast break transition buckets.
To the left side to Tanner. Inside it goes to Collier. Collier working against Spry. Goes right at her, and there's going to be a foul to be called as Collier was trying to go down the baseline. This will go against Spry. That'll be her second, team third.
With Spry and Foskey lurking around down there in the paint, you're going to want to try to find something 15-foot and beyond, an open shot to kind of keep them honest, pull them out a little bit.
Inbound to come into Collier on the near baseline. Collier going right at Spry. Bounces off of her, goes up with the right hand. That one's no good. Patty goes flying through, gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Collier. One more pass over to Tanner. Now over to Smitty. Smitty back inside to Sickink. She gets it, goes down to the floor with it, draws the triple team back out to Smitty for a long three. Yes! Smitty now with 8. It's her first three-pointer of the day, and it's back to a three-point contest, 34-31.
And there it is. That play set up by Lexi Patty, crashing the glass with Foskey and Spry in there. Again, you had 3 Catawba defenders in the paint. Way to kick the ball out and find the open man.
Wilson from the left side kicks off to Foskey over the right wing. Foskey wants to go at Collier. Pull-up jumper. That one's short, no good. Patty again comes flying through for the board, her 7th now of the afternoon.
She has been everywhere this afternoon.
Tanner has it on the right wing, kicks through all the way off to the left side. Patty now wants to drive to the baseline, back out to Tanner for 3. Yes! And we're tied at 34.
Lincoln Memorial starting to find their rhythm from beyond the arc. If you're going to have 2 interior defenders like Foskey and Spry in there, might as well take advantage of it from beyond the arc.
Wilson has it on the right wing. Catawba trying to drive through. Wilson goes up off the glass, no good. And Sickink on the backside had it. It's going to be out of bounds off of Wilson. Back to Lincoln Memorial. We'll see Goodlet back into the lineup now for Catawba, as well as Janice. And I believe that might be Baker that's also into the lineup. LB will be looking to retake the advantage they've not had since the last minutes of the second quarter. Smitty into the trap, off to Tanner. Tanner will bring this one across the timeline. Has it knocked away and stolen, but Janice lost it out of bounds over here just to our left. And now there's going to be a conversation. Should it be a reset of the shot clock? Janice, I thought, had the possession there. She took a dribble and then lost it out of bounds, which should put the shot clock to 20 instead of at 17.
Unlike the last call, I agree on this one right here. I do think that there was a possession change, and I think it should reset to 20 myself.
And they're going to leave it at 17. Smitty will have the inbound to Tanner. Tanner gets it to Collier. Collier from the top of the key looking for Tanner. Had her to the back door, gets it to her now with the left side. It's up and good. LB on an 8-0 run, retakes the advantage 36-34.
Great backdoor cut by Maddie Tanner. You usually see her spotting up from beyond the arc, but a great cut and a great find there for the layup.
Goodlet off to the right side to Foskey. Back to Goodlet. And it's going to be an offensive foul, I believe, onto the inside. That's going to go get Spry, and that'll be her 3rd.
Looks like a little bit of frustration spilling over there. You know, 2 physical teams on the inside just beating and banging around down there. Sometimes those emotions kind of boil over a little bit.
Spry will go out as Dixon Booker comes back into the lineup. LW on an 8-0 run. They'll get the inbound to Smitty. 8-0 run by Lincoln Memorial combined with a scoring drive of over 2.5 minutes and 3 turnovers in that same time frame by the Indians.
Really refreshing to see Lincoln Memorial successful offensively here in the third. As you mentioned earlier, some third quarter woes a lot this season kind of led to some less than desirable finishes.
That foul's going to go against Goodlet. That'll be her 1st. Should be the team's 5th. Then we'll put LB with the line for the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds here of the quarter. It'll be Smitty going back to the free throw line. Smitty 8 points on the afternoon. She is 1 of 2 from the free throw line to go along with 3 rebounds, 2 assists on the day.
Yeah, very few free throws shot here this afternoon. Looks like that's going to change here in the second half. Both teams extremely, extremely aggressive on offense right now.
Smitty's first shot's good. Smitty with 9. She'll have one more.
For somebody that plays as many minutes as she does, she seems to get better as the game goes on.
Smitty's second shot is also good, and the lead is now 38-34 in favor of Lincoln Memorial.
Most people wear down over the course of a game. For Alexis Smitty, it looks like she just thrives in that situation.
I don't think she knows what tired is.
I don't either, Adam.
To the right side, Catawba driving through, and the pass is taken away. Smitty gets the steal. Smitty wants to run, does not have the numbers. Don't tell her that. It's all the way down to the block. Kicks out. One more pass off to the right side. Tanner thought about it. Now she'll put the ball on the floor. LB will reset as it's going to be Patty at the top of the key. Patty, I think, was calling for a screen. Now see if she gets one from Collier. She will at the top. Patty lost the handle, and it's going to be a jump that will send it to Catawba.
I know she lost it there with the defense, but good job by Patty getting her hand back on that and letting that one be a jump ball instead of just a takeaway. At least it gives you the arrow back, if nothing else.
Catawba with it across the timeline, down by 4 as we're approaching 90 seconds now left to go. Goodlet to the left side. Gets it to Janice. Excuse me, that is Baker, not Janice. Now back to Goodlet. Goodlet will back it out. 15 still on the shot clock. Foskey on the wing. Wants to go up against Collier. They're going to bang once or twice. Kicks back out, skip pass. Here's a long 3. That one's going to be long on the tank by Janice. And now LB will run. Smitty across the timeline. Gets it to Tanner. Tanner thought about it. Looks inside to Sickink. Can't get it to her. Now this is to Collier. Collier turns to the free throw line. Hands off to Patty. Patty had it knocked away. And Smitty now has it to the left side. Still some time with 10 seconds. And there's going to be a foul to be called against Janice as Smitty was trying to turn back around. And for Janice, that'll be her second. And Smitty will go back to the line again as Coach McCutcheon is not happy with the call, trying to ask the official exactly what his defender should have been doing.
Veteran move right there from Smitty to cut back, turned into her defender instead of away from, drawing the foul and get to the free throw line.
50.8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Smitty goes back to the line. 10 points so far here on the day. Shot is up and good. She has 11, and right now it is a 13-2 run over the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
As I said, very refreshing to see Lincoln Memorial playing well in the third quarter offensively. Something that, has been a little bit of a hitch in the side of this team this season.
Smitty hits the second, and LB will go down the bench. As we'll see Kara Anderson into the lineup, the 5'10" junior out of St. Cloud, Minnesota, along with Lagana and Rodriguez. Inbound to come from the Indians into the deep corner, right into the trap. Now off to the left side and bringing this one across the timeline to be Goodlet. Drives all the way to the baseline, has that one knocked away by Patty, and they're going to call a foul.
I don't know about that one. It looked like the ball was well out of her hands before it was touched. That looked like a clean block to me. I think Patty's playing some exceptional defense today.
On the replay, Patty got her with the follow-through.
Got her on the follow-through, yeah.
So the foul against Patty is her second. And it'll send Goodlet back to the line where she is 1 for 1. First shot's good, and she now has 10 on the day. And that stops what was a 12-0 run by Lincoln Memorial. Second shot coming here from Goodlet, and it's good. We'll see Winter now back into the lineup for Lincoln Memorial as they're trying to go down the bench and get some rest for some of their players as we get ready to go into the fourth. Rodriguez. That's going to be a double dribble, textbook double dribble.
Yep.
Almost got away with it, though. That was kind of a late call, about a half second behind when it happened.
2 hands on the ball. I think it took the ref a second to say, oh, yep, that was 2 hands. I'm going to call that one.
And now Alabama goes down the bench as we'll see Tanner, Smitty, Sickink, Collier, and Barr back into the lineup now for Lincoln Memorial.
Rodriguez really hasn't made many mistakes today. Made the most of her minutes right there. Just lost a little bit of control of the ball, a little 2 hands. It happens.
Turn around in the lane. That one's up and go to the tape by Dixon Booker.
It's good defense, just a better shot. It was a great turnaround, spot-up shot.
Shot clock and game clock are almost identical as Smitty picks up her dribble. And it's going to be a traveling violation is the call as Smitty went right into the trap.
Looked like a lot of contact there, Adam. Ref must have saw something I did not see.
They've let him play a little bit tonight, so.
With the exception of the travel calls, I think if the over-under was before this game at 10, hammer the over.
Goodlet has it at the top of the key. 15 seconds, no shot clock here as Catawba can tie it up with a 2. They can take the lead with a 3 here at the end of the third. To the right side, Dixon Booker gets off onto the inside to Foskey. Foskey, one pass now off into the deep corner. Long 3 by Goodlet is off the rim, no good. Foskey throws it back up off the glass. It will count, and we will end the third quarter tied at 40. 3 quarters down, 1 to go. It's Lincoln Memorial 40, Catawba 40. We'll return with the fourth quarter of action. You're watching South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Post on time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Post on dinner.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
3 quarters down, 1 to go. And right now, Lincoln Memorial and Catawba are tied at 40. Should mention, as we were going to break, we were notified they were going to official review. And looks like they're going to have to talk to our floor director and director. They're going to go to review here with our monitor to see if the shot would count. So I'm talking to my director. They need to pull up the replay of the last shot at the end of the third quarter as we are still under official review. And they're going to – we got camera angles from all over. We've got one on one side, one on the other, as you see it at home. And the official agrees with what we had over here that the shot was good, as that one was – I mean, from our vantage point, it went up with like half a second left to go. But nevertheless, they had to do their due diligence and go to official review for that one. So we will start the fourth quarter tied at 40. And it will be Lincoln Memorial that'll have the opening possession here of the fourth. They'll be shooting 38% on 14 of 37. Catawba, 11 more shots from the field, but shooting 35% at 17 of 48. They are 8% from three-point range on 1 of 12.
The tale of the game right now, I think, comes down to this game is tied simply because Lincoln Memorial is leading the rebounding category so well, and Catawba is forcing as many turnovers as they have. 21 Lincoln Memorial turnovers so far in this game, but dominating the boards by 11 rebounds as well. So that's what allowed this game to stay tied here going into the fourth, shaping up for a really good finish here in Harrogate.
Smitty will have the inbound on the far baseline. Gets it off to Tanner, under the corner for 3. No good, off the iron. And it'll be taken down by Catawba's Baker.
You'll take that shot any day of the week with Maddie Tanner.
Top of the key comes to Goodlet, off to the left side to Janice. Janice now to the right side. Catawba looking to the inside, cannot get it to Foskey. Now they're going to swing the ball all the way off to the left corner. And there's going to be a traveling violation against Janice. Coach McCutcheon shaking his head in agreement. There's another turnover. That's the 12th turnover of the day so far for Catawba. Talked about the turnovers. That'll be with 21, but it's only given up 12 points off the turnover so far to Catawba.
Yeah, doing a great job. I feel like the turnovers have been more in the back end of the court, off of a couple offensive rebounds or whatever it may be.
9:15 to go as LWU takes a timeout, which takes us to a media. 9:15 to go. It's still LWU and Catawba tied at 40. You're watching South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
I chose LMU because I wanted doors to open for me. For my future to have endless possibilities. To know I could become anything I wanted to be. Objection, Your Honor. I always wanted to say that. So whether I wanted to be a veterinarian, a high school teacher, let's turn to page 32, or a successful dentist, I knew LMU would help me get there. All I had to do was open the door.
$9:15 left to go in the fourth. We are tied at 40 here between Lincoln Memorial and Catawba. We were looking around the South Atlantic Conference. There is 7.5 minutes now left to go in the fourth quarter in Holt Fieldhouse in Jefferson City. Carson Newman, who led by 4 at halftime, leads Wingate by 31 at 71-40. Carson Newman, 15 three-pointers made in the contest. They're 15-39. Wingate from the field is 13-50. That's impressive when you've hit more threes than your opponent has hit from the field.
It's hard to beat a team that's shooting like that, Adam.
Here it'll be LMU that will have the possession out of the timeout. Top of the key comes to Smitty. Smitty fakes the handoff to Barr, gets all the way down to the elbow. Gets stuck with it, has to look around, hack out to Barr. Back to Smitty, pump fake. Wants to go in against Foskey, goes up, has that one blocked away, gets her own rebound, goes back up, hits the bottom of the backboard, and it's going to be a shot clock violation against Lincoln Memorial.
Catawba doing a great job of locking down the paint. Anytime Lincoln Memorial gets in there, it's tough. If you're finishing around the rim today against Catawba, it's going to be through contact or on an acrobatic shot.
Smitty gets the steal there, and the foul's going to go against Baker. That'll be her second.
And again, you got to credit the Lincoln Memorial defense as well. Done a great job this afternoon, stepping in. Haven't forced as many turnovers as Catawba, but have really been disruptive.
Baker's second foul's the first of the quarter as the inbound comes to Collier. Collier hands it off to Smitty. Back into the corner. Tanner for three. Yes! Tanner with her third three puts her into double figures with 11, and LMU retakes the advantage at 43-40.
That's what you want if you're the Rail Splitters. Got to keep them honest from beyond the arc. That way you can soften up the underbelly there.
Baker into the front court. Gets off to the right side. Now to Goodlett. Goodlett to the right side to Janice, now to the wing. She'll bring it back to the top of the key to the left side to Baker. Baker wants to drive. Gets cut off. Back to the top of the key to Goodlett. Goodlett driving through to the free throw line. Kicks back out. Dixon Booker now driving through. Kicks back out again. One dribble long. Three by Goodlett is off the rim. No good. Crash of the board. And Dixon Booker gets it back up. She'll miss the shot, but she will draw the foul.
Lincoln Memorial got what they wanted there. Forced Catawba into a shot from beyond the arc, which is not their strong suit. But unfortunately for the Rail Splitters, Catawba there for the offensive rebound.
Foul goes against Smitty. That's her first, team first. As it'll send Dixon Booker to the line to shoot two. Dixon Booker on the season shoots 48.5% from the charity stripe. First shot on its way. It's good.
Nothing but bottom. 48%. Nothing but bottom.
Catawba as a team right now 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. Second shot coming in here. And that one's good.
We have the craziest free throw statistics when we broadcast games together.
Spry back in for the Indians, and it will be Sickink back into the lineup now for Lincoln Memorial. Inbound will come into Smitty. Smitty hesitates down the sideline, now to the middle. Here comes the trap, gets it inside to Sickink. Sickink gets her defender behind her, off to Patty. Skip pass, Tanner, three, it's going to be short, no good. And rebound will not be touched by anybody as it goes off the baseline back to the Indians. Good look.
She knew it as soon as she let it go. She let it go, and before she even got the shot out of her hand, she was already crashing for the rebound. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Anybody that's ever shot basketball knows what that feels like.
Wilson right into the trap, has it kicked away, and Patty gets the steal. It's 2-on-2. Patty kicks off to Tanner. She'll try it from that side for three. That one's no good. Sickink on the backside gets the rebound.
Great job from Sickink right there. Shooter's going to shoot.
Tanner had it. And just about that time, they'll stop it as they'll have to reset the shot clock at 16. Coach McCutcheon arguing that the pass on the steal was a kickball. He was correct. But the official did not see it.
As you and I both know, sometimes things get missed.
A lot of times. Smitty has it, 15 on the shot clock. Off to the left side to Tanner. Looks inside, nothing there for Patty. Gets it off to Collier. One more pass to Sickink, now to Smitty. Smitty going to need to drive to the baseline, and there's going to be a foul as she was trying to make the turn. And the foul will go against Baker. That'll be her third.
You're starting to see Alexa Smitty's basketball IQ come to the forefront right here, Adam. Just making veteran play after veteran play. Anytime she gets her defender in an uncomfortable position, she's going to take advantage of that, continue to attack, and draw contact, getting herself to either the free throw line or forcing them into a foul trouble.
To the elbow to Sickink. Turns, looks, tries to get inside to Carter. It's going to be stolen away by Spry.
Spry and Foskey been doing a great job all day inside for Catawba.
Wilson from the top of the key gets off to Spry, back to Wilson. 7 minutes now left to go. Wilson turns. Spry falls down, has to kick back out to Baker. Baker from the wing gets back into the corner. Long three by Wilson. Off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound underneath before the shot. And it'll be a foul on Lincoln Memorial.
Been dominating the glass all day. Just got to have better defensive rebound positioning right there. You've got to box out in that situation.
Foul goes against Smitty. That'll be her second. And it sets the Indians to have the inbound on the near baseline. Off to the right side. Long three. That one's up and good on the take by Baker. That's her first three in just the second of the afternoon for the Indians. They are now 2 of 15 from three-point range.
Got the big shot when they needed it.
Tanner hesitating to the sideline. Here comes the double team as Tanner goes right down the middle of the floor, gets her defenders behind her, goes all the way down to the block, and then will bring it back out.
Doing a great job of breaking the press today.
Inside to Collier. Collier goes up, and she'll draw the foul. That should go against Spry, and if it does, that'll be her fourth.
Another very, very smart play there. Camille Collier this time going at Spry, attacking one of their main defenders, getting her in foul trouble with just 6:21 left in the game.
So Spry now has 4. It's the team's third, and it puts Collier at the line. She is 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 7 points to go along with 11 rebounds. And she misses that one.
I expect to see Foskey step back in for Catawba just about any time now.
LMU down by 2, has right now on a scoring drought of almost 2.5 minutes. Collier, second shot is good, and that stops the scoring drought. 45-44. As Baker trying to bring it into the front court, gives it away to Janice. Janice back to Baker, and Baker brings it across the timeline. Wants to drive to the baseline, going right through Collier. Up with the reverse, no good. Rebound fought for. It's going to be off of Collier and given back to Catawba.
Really good effort there from Catawba getting to the cup. If you're Lincoln Memorial, just got to come down with that rebound right there. Chin it, be aggressive, get the offense set up.
Inbound coming from the far baseline. Comes into Spry. Spry kicks it out. Driving through the lane. Stop, pop, fade away. That one's up and good on a nice take by Dixon Booker.
Just a good shot there from Catawba.
47-44. Smitty running the point. Kicks it across to Tanner. Tanner's got to watch out from behind as she brings it over to the left wing. LB wants to set it up. They'll get it to Smitty.
I'm expecting a little pick and roll action here with Sickink and Smitty. There it is.
It's going to be an illegal screen that's going to be called against Caroline Sickink. That'll be her first.
Looked like she was just a little early on the roll, a little anxious to start rolling out, get a quick roll of the basket, wide open layup, just a little bit early. Call for a illegal screen.
Sickink will come out. Barr will come back into the lineup. And now the Indians will have the inbound up by 3. Wilson being picked up by Barr. Goes right into the trap, and she will travel in the backcourt as she drug the pivot foot. LMU now has the possession. 5:28 to go. Still down by 3. Comes into Barr. Barr going away from the screen. Drives through. Has it taken away. Here's a steal by Janice. She'll drive all the way through to the three-point line and kick it back out.
Maddie Tanner almost came up with a big steal right there. But again, Janice just doing a great job of staying strong on ball defense.
To the baseline, pull-up jumper. That one's up and good on a nice take that time by Wilson.
That's a tough shot right there from the baseline by Wilson.
Barr coming through the trees, gets off to Patty. Patty onto the left wing. Let's get past to Tanner.
If you're Lincoln Memorial, you need to move a little bit faster after you break the press. Don't allow Catawba to set up defensively. Keep them on their heels. Get some quick buckets, maybe regain momentum right here with 4:40 left.
Tanner trying to drive to the baseline. Kicks back out to Smitty. Smitty driving through. Kicks out to no one. That one went right over the head of Collier. That'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 4:33 left to go here in our fourth. It is Catawba right now leading Lincoln Memorial 49-44. Back into some more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
4:33 left to go here inside of the fourth. It's Catawba leading 49-44 over Lincoln Memorial. Right now, Catawba has taken 12 more shots, committed 9 less turnovers, but they do have 6 less rebounds. But right now, it feels like Catawba is in control here in this fourth.
Yeah, Lincoln Memorial in a little bit of a scoring drought right now. Catawba just staying aggressive on both ends of the floor. If you're the rail splitters, you've got to attack the rim after you break the press. You can't slow down. Great job defensively right there.
Still by Barr after the deflection of Collier. She'll get it over to Patty, back to Barr.
It's a lot easier to beat a defense before they get set up.
Back to Patty on a nice give and go with Tanner.
Perfect. That's exactly what you need if you're Lincoln Memorial.
Indians now with it. Trying to bring it into the front court. That is Janice. To the top of the key it comes to Goodluck. To the left side to Baker.
Last shot stopped a 4-minute scoring drought for Lincoln Memorial.
On the baseline, Sprine going against Collier, throws that one up, and Collier comes away with the board as that one was too short. Tanner across the timeline, got a defender on her hip. Now she'll back it away. To Patty, and she'll give away to Barr. Barr, 3.5 now left to go, gives it to Tanner. Tanner gets it to Patty. Back into the corner to Barr. Barr thought about it. And I believe they're going to say it's going to be, would she step out of bounds on the far side?
I believe that's what the call was. I didn't see the wheels on the bus sign, so I believe it's a step out of bounds.
Foskey and Wilson back into the lineup. Got to be still down by 3 as Catawba has it into the corner. Inbound comes in, knocked away, and Barr gets the steal. To Patty. Patty wants to drive through, and there's going to be a holding foul against the Indians. That'll go against Goodluck. That'll be her second.
Smart play there by Patty. Keeping Catawba's defense on their heels, keeping them honest.
Fuentes Laura back into the lineup now for the Indians. Patty will have the inbound just off to our left. And to Barr. Barr taking her time. Looking for the screen, can't get it there. Now to the top to Tanner. Tanner look inside to Collier. Collier going against Foskey onto the elbow. Back to Tanner. Tanner got too deep underneath. Bounce pass back to Collier, who lost it on the way up, and it's going to be stolen away, this time by Dixon Booker of the Indians.
Just got to corral that ball before you go up right there.
Wilson out of the right wing. Now to the top, gets off to the left side of Dixon Booker. Had to chase it down. Back to the top of the key to Fuentes Laura. A little bit of motion here is Wilson to the wing. Skip pass, stolen away by Barr. Barr wants to run, does not have the numbers. It's a 3-on-1 disadvantage. Nice bounce pass off, and it's going to be a foul underneath. And they're going to call an offensive foul against Asia Barr. And that'll be her second. Away from the ball after the pass. I didn't see the collision. Saw it on the replay there.
It was a little close. It looked right there, man, in terms of whether or not she was set up.
Yeah. Into the corner. Nobody's going to have to start taking advantage of turnovers when they get them. This one's back into the hands of Janice across the timeline. Less than 2.5 to go. And Barr's going to get called for the foul here, and that'll be her third.
Thought they might have called that one on Lexi there for a minute. Lexi Patty, for a moment there, but it was indeed on Barr.
Timeout here taken by Catawba, as we'll see Baker come into the lineup. Just a 30-second timeout with 2:27 here left to go. Gives us an opportunity to take a look around the South of the Conference at the Food City scoreboard. It is a final. Lenore Ryan has defeated Emory and Henry today by the score of 87-68. And other South of the Conference action. Carson Newman, a winner today over Wingate, 88-54. Carson Newman with 17 three-pointers. Wingate does finish the day ahead of them with 18 hit shots from the field. 3:53 left to go. Mars Hill leads Newberry 62-47. 105 left to go. It is Coker right now leading Tusculum 75-66. And with 104 to go, Anderson leads UVA Wise 93-77. Score of interest to bring to you from LW Athletics. The LW men's volleyball team stays undefeated on the season. They win today in 4 sets over Charleston, 25-20, 25-27, 25-22, and 25-22. The Rail Splitter men's volleyball team will be at home for their home opener. I believe it's on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday?
I think it's Wednesday.
I believe it is Wednesday when they'll play host to the Flying Fleet from Due West, South Carolina. That is Erskine College, as it'll be over inside of the Mary Mars Gymnasium.
You know, looking around, Adam, here at the SAC today, a lot of high-scoring games. You look at this one, it's very, very, very polar opposite right now, 49-46 with 2.5 minutes left. Just two defensive teams really slugging it out here today in Harrogate.
So the foul against Barr was the team's 5th, and will send Janice to the line where she has not attempted a free throw on the season.
That's extremely surprising.
She's got 3 points on the day, and it'll stay at 3 as she hits that one off the back iron. 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 5 steals for Janice so far of the day. Second shot. That one's good, and that stops the scoring drive of over 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the Indians. As the inbound will come to Patty. LB's going to have to go here. Patty will get it across to Tanner.
Really fast here. Beat this press and keep going. Attack, attack, attack. You're under 2.5 minutes left. Down 4 points. Got to go.
Tanner. Inside it goes to Patty, up with the right hand, up off the glass, and good.
And that is the second or third time that play has worked to perfection, untouched to the rim.
Into the deep corner, here's a turn. Catawba still with it, into the backcourt. With it is Baker.
Got 2 seconds.
And across the timeline it comes to Baker, off to the left side. Janice now back to Baker, and to the top of the key it comes.
Good defense there by Lincoln Memorial in the press. Now down just 2 points. You can kind of slow down in the half court here, maybe trap. Great job by Patty there. A little bit of a gamble, but Foskey, again, just attacks and one.
She will draw the foul on Collier. She drives the baseline. For Collier, that'll be her second. And it'll be an opportunity for a three-point play here against Foskey, who is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. That was their first field goal in over 3 minutes. Foskey with 10 points now to go along with 6 rebounds. Can make this a 5-point game with the free throw here, and she does.
Yeah, it looks like Catawba's really content with just running their offense in the half court through Foskey and through Spry this afternoon. I think they're trying to go at Camille Collier where it's been so physical, maybe get her in a little bit of foul trouble. It's, about too late for that now, but it's really worked out for Catawba this afternoon.
Tanner to Smitty. Smitty wants to drive to the baseline. Goes in, draws the double team, and it's going to be a traveling violation to be called against Alexis Smitty.
Another traveling call on Lincoln Memorial. That's up to 30 turnovers now for the Rail Splitters.
Inbound will come from the baseline for Catawba. They'll go right in down the sideline. Williams will bring us into the front court, trying to go coast to coast. Now she'll bring it back out. And passes this one away to Janice. Now back again to Williams. The Indians can put this one under 1 minute now left to go, leading here by 5.
With 30 turnovers and you're down 5 points, that says that you've been fairly efficient offensively throughout the afternoon. Just got to take care of the ball. Still a chance here to win this thing.
Baker drives through, goes up with the right hand, had it blocked, and it's going to be a blocking foul that's going to be called against Lincoln Memorial. That one will go against Tanner. That'll be her first.
Good defense there from Collier to get the block. Thought Tanner was in position fairly well.
Tanner was there. Thought Tanner was there, but they did not, and it'll send Baker to the line to shoot two.
You know, usually something I look for, if I don't see them spot up on defense before the charge call, I look to see how they land. If they land pretty flat of their rear or on their back or whatever it may be, that indicates that they were in pretty good position.
Baker hits both of them, and LB will take a timeout to advance this one into the front court. Just a reminder, we'll talk with head coach Devin Carter in the Powerade postgame following today's matchup. We'll also take a look at some of your final statistics in the Powerade postgame show once we go final here in Harrogate. This is game one of our doubleheader. Still got game number 2 left to go between Catawba and Lincoln Memorial. The Rail Splitters now number 11 in the latest NABC Top 25. And it's a rematch of the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship from last March over in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Right here, if you're Lincoln Memorial, you don't necessarily hate the situation. Of course, you hate to be down with less than a minute left, but you also have some veteran playmakers on this team, plenty of three-point specialists as well. Anybody can knock down a shot. You've got Asia Barr that can knock them down. Of course, Smitty, Maddie Tanner, of course, can knock them down. So right here, even Camille Collier can step out. So you're not necessarily out of this thing just yet.
Inbound will come to Smitty in the backcourt.
Got to go fast, though. Extremely, extremely fast right here.
To Collier. Collier looking for motion. There's nothing there. Gets it to Smitty. Smitty back to Collier. Collier from the elbow goes in. Going against Foskey. Goes up with the right hand. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Barr. Out to Tanner for three. No good. And Foskey gets it onto the baseline. Throws it. Kind of an errant pass, but shit works for her as Dixon Booker now will draw the foul from Smitty.
If you're Camille Collier, you've got to be willing to shoot that shot right there. Fine shooter from 15 feet out. Carved probably about 3 or 4 seconds off the game clock right there, just standing waiting to find somebody open offensively. You're down 7 points, less than a minute. You've got to go quick.
Dixon Booker back to the line where she is 2 for 2. Make her now 3 for 3. She's got 7 points to go along with 4 rebounds. 1 block, 2 steals. 13 steals on the day for Catawba. We talked about steals in the pregame and how that was going to be a key stat. And they got 13 of them there as the free throw is missed. Just the second time Catawba has missed a free throw on the day.
26 seconds left, 8 points. Seems improbable, but anything's possible.
30 turnovers by Lincoln Memorial that have allowed 20 points for Catawba. Points off turnovers, Catawba leads 20-17. That's a 3-point advantage. But they've got 12 more opportunities, has Catawba. They've put up 10 more shots. You take a look at three-pointers. It's 2 for 15 for Catawba, 6 of 22 for Lincoln Memorial. Free throw, 12 of 14 for Catawba, 8 of 11 for Lincoln Memorial. But I imagine when we talk with Coach Carter, that 30 turnovers, including 13 steals, a lot of it was, you're talking almost half of it was Catawba getting the steal. That's going to be something he's going to want to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of walk calls today also for both teams. Just seems to be very quick to call on those.
Smitty for 3, misses it. Rebound taken down by Dixon Booker. She will bring this one into the front court. LMU looks like they're content to let this one go away. And Catawba will improve to 10-6 overall, 8-4 in conference. LMU will fall to 7-9, 6-7 in conference play. As it'll be Catawba winning in the defensive struggle here today over Lincoln Memorial by the final of 56-48. Stick with us. We'll take a look at your final statistics and talk with head coach Devin Carter in the Powerade postgame. It is Catawba a winner, 56-48. Back after some more South Atlantic Conference women's basketball here on FloCollege.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
As we get ready for the Powerade postgame show, Catawba winner today over Lincoln Memorial, 56-48. Joined alongside now by the head coach, Devin Carter. And Coach, this was one of those that we took control of into the first half. We knew Catawba was going to come out very tenacious on defense. They got 13 steals on the day. But I know the one stat you're probably staring a hole through right now is the 30 turnovers that we ended up having.
Yeah, it turned the ball over too much. Wasn't locked in, man. Didn't value the ball enough. And to have 30 turnovers, only lose by 8 is actually remarkable. We just, had a lot of calls that I felt like were 50-50. But it was our fault for putting ourselves in those situations. And, you're not going to win a ball game when you turn it over like that, and that's on us, and we deserve to lose the game.
In a defensive game like this, one of the stats outside of that is also rebounding. And if there is one thing about today, you do out-rebound Catawba 37-30 in that type of back and forth a little bit on the inside.
Yeah, we've been rebounding the ball well all year long. We talked about turnover margin and the rebounding margin today, and won the rebounding margin, but the turnover margin outweighed our rebounding margin, and you can't win a ball game against a really good team, a defending champ like that, when you turn the ball over like that.
We talked a little bit into the pregame about the last time we were home against Coker, 1 quarter away. It really felt like first half was really back and forth. You had 6 made shots in the first quarter, 3 in the second, but that fourth quarter seemed to be the one where down the stretch when we needed some shots, we just couldn't find the basket.
Yeah, just I'll be honest with you, I thought that we had some shots at the rim and got a little tentative and stuff like that. And you got to put those in the bucket. We had a couple of 1-footers that we were looking to pass, and instead of put it up, and ultimately you got to put pressure on the rim, force the officials to make a call. We didn't do that today.
Can't let a game beat you twice. We've got to put this one behind us. We've got Emory and Henry coming in here. They're going to be hungry when they come in on Wednesday. What is kind of the thought process of putting this one behind us and getting ready for a Wasp team?
Got to go and get with Malia, our trainer, and get in recovery and rest up and, flush this one and then get to our next one. And obviously Emory and Henry's very good with Yarber. Yarber's probably one of the best forwards in the league. I mean, she's had multiple 30-point games. And we got to do our best to go and try and stop her. And then we're going to have to rebound the basketball as well. They're a very big team. They got great size. And so if we do those things, we put ourselves in a situation where we can go win.
Coach, and this one was a tough one. We'll let you go talk to your team.
Thank you, man.
All right, head coach Devin Carter again. Catawba defeating Lincoln Memorial here today by the score of 56-48. For Catawba on the day, 21-56 for 37.5%, 2 of 15 from three-point range for 13.3%. They were 12 of 14 from the free throw line. They were led today by Foskey and Goodlett, each with 11. Foskey had 7 rebounds to go along with her 11 points. Goodlett, no rebounds, but did have the 11 points as we said. Catawba out-rebounded 37-30. They had 9 offensive, 21 defensive, 7 assists, 18 turnovers, and 13 steals. For Lincoln Memorial, 17 of 47 for 36.2%, 6 of 23 from three-point range for 26%, 8 of 11 from the charity stripe for 72.7%. They were led today by Alexis Smitty, who had 12 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Maddie Tanner had 11 points, 2 rebounds. Camille Collier, 12 rebounds, 8 points, close to another double-double. Again, LW 37 rebounds, 10 offensive, 27 defensive, 13 assists, 30 turnovers, and 9 steals. And it is Catawba. That'll go to 10-6 overall, 8-4 in conference. LW falls to 7-9 overall, 6-7 in conference, as it is Catawba that defeats Lincoln Memorial 56-48. And that's going to do it for our women's coverage here from Harrogate. This is game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have men's action coming up in just a few moments as the Rail Splitters and the Indians get ready to take on each other here inside of the Tex Turner Arena. For everyone behind the scenes of our women's basketball coverage, I'm Adam Haley saying good afternoon from Tex Turner.